District 9 is a 2009 science fiction film directed by Neil Blomkamp, set in an alternate version of Johannesburg, South Africa, where an alien spaceship has appeared hovering above the city. The film follows the story of Wikus van der Merwe, an employee of Multinational United (MNU), a private military company responsible for managing the large alien population that has become stranded on Earth. The aliens, derogatorily referred to as prawns, live in squalid conditions in a government-controlled slum called District 9. The film opens with a brief history of the aliens' arrival. The spaceship appears above Johannesburg in 1982, carrying over 1 million malnourished and disoriented aliens. After cutting open the ship, humans discover that the aliens are not hostile, but rather refugees. They are forced to live in a camp that later becomes known as District 9. Over time, the camp deteriorates into a slum rife with crime and poverty, and the aliens become a burden on the South African government and the citizens of Johannesburg. Wikus van der Merwe, the protagonist, works for the MNU, the company tasked with managing District 9. He is chosen to lead an operation to evict the aliens and move them to a new camp called District 10, located 200 kilometers away from Johannesburg. Wikus is inexperienced and unprepared for the challenges he will face, but he is chosen for the job because he is the son-in-law of new CEO, Piet Smit. The eviction process begins with Wikus and a team of heavily armed MNU operatives entering District 9. They are accompanied by a documentary crew who films their interactions with the aliens. The team is met with resistance from the aliens, who are wary of the eviction notices and reluctant to leave their homes. Wikus, eager to prove himself, takes a hands-on approach and forcefully serves eviction notices, while also searching for illegal weapons and contraband. While conducting a search in an alien shack, Wikus discovers a small cylindrical canister filled with a mysterious black fluid. He accidentally sprays some of the fluid onto his face, and soon after, he starts feeling ill. He is taken to the MNU headquarters, where his condition quickly worsens. His body begins to mutate, and he develops a craving for cat food, which is known to be an addictive substance for the aliens. New scientists discover that Wikus's DNA is merging with alien DNA, giving him the ability to operate the aliens' advanced biotechnology. This makes him incredibly valuable to MNU, as they have been attempting to harness alien technology for their own military purposes. They plan to harvest Wikus's body to study and exploit this newfound ability. Realizing the danger he is in, Wikus escapes from MNU and returns to District 9. He is now a fugitive, hunted by MNU and the South African government. Desperate for a cure, he seeks help from an alien named Christopher Johnson, who was the owner of the canister containing the black fluid. Christopher explains that the fluid is a crucial component needed to power the alien mothership and return to their home planet. Christopher agrees to help Wikus revert to his human form, but only if Wikus helps him retrieve the canister of black fluid from the MNU headquarters. They form a tenuous alliance, and with the help of Christopher's son, Little CJ, they infiltrate the MNU facility. They successfully recover the canister, but during their escape, they are ambushed by MNU forces. Wikus, Christopher, and Little CJ manage to fight off the MNU forces and return to District 9. However, Christopher reveals that it will take him 3 years to return to Earth with a cure for Wikus after he departs with the mothership. Frustrated and desperate, Wikus argues with Christopher, but ultimately accepts his fate, knowing that there is no other choice. Meanwhile, new CEO Piet Smit learns of Wikus's whereabouts and dispatches a ruthless mercenary named Colonel Cobus Venter to capture him. Venter and his team of soldiers launch a brutal assault on District 9, wreaking havoc and causing chaos as they search for Wikus. As the battle between the aliens and MNU forces rages on, Wikus and Christopher make their way to a hidden alien workshop containing an exosuit, a powerful and heavily armed mechanized suit. Realizing that this might be their only chance to save themselves and the other aliens, Wikus dons the exosuit and confronts Venter's forces. A fierce and explosive battle ensues, with Wycus utilizing the exosuit's advanced weaponry to fight off the MNU soldiers. Despite sustaining heavy damage, he is able to hold them off long enough for Christopher and little CJ to board a smaller shuttle that will take them to the mothership. As Christopher and little CJ take off, Christopher promises to return in 3 years with a cure for Wycus. As the shuttle docks with the mothership, the massive ship begins to power up and lift off. The aliens in District 9 watch in awe as their ship departs, leaving them behind on Earth. Meanwhile, Wycus, severely injured and near the point of total alien transformation, is confronted by Ventor, who intends to kill him and take the exosuit as a trophy. Before Ventor can execute Wycus, a group of alien refugees who have been watching the battle intervene, overpowering Ventor and brutally killing him. They then leave Wycus, whose alien transformation is now nearly complete, alone in the wreckage of the battle. The film concludes with a series of interviews and news reports discussing the aftermath of the events in District 9. The remaining aliens are relocated to District 10, which is revealed to be an even more restrictive and squalid camp than District 9. News illegal experiments and inhumane treatment of the aliens are exposed, but the company is able to avoid major repercussions due to their immense power and influence. As for Wycus, he is presumed dead by the public, and his story becomes a cautionary tale about the dangers of corporate greed and the abuse of power. However, in the final scene of the movie, we see a fully transformed Wycus, now living as an alien, crafting a small metal flower as a gift for his wife, Tanya. This poignant moment highlights his humanity even as he has physically become one of the alien refugees he once sought to evict.